Woosah, dude. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, sorry, I think I'm coming down with a cold, so I haven't even gotten ready yet. It's almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, I haven't gotten ready yet because I think I'm getting sick. But, little update to the Matt and Abby situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll have my video from Saturday posted in the description box down below so you guys can like get up to speed on what's happening. But Matt and Abby issued not really an apology, but a video.
Hey everybody, we usually would not be making a video like this, but there is information circulating about us that is completely untrue. So we just wanted to set the record straight, clear the air, because we take our role as parents extremely seriously. And we love our children more than anything in the entire world. And we're very protective of our kids. So we just got back from a 7-night cruise with Abby's extended family. And this was everyone from Abby's grandma, our children's great grandma, to our 1 and 2-year-old. And so where this whole controversy started, I guess, is a few days ago, Abby posted on her Instagram story that we were at dinner FaceTiming the baby monitors while our children were asleep in their staterooms. And people started to speculate and believe that we had left our children alone in their staterooms. And that is just completely untrue because we had someone with our children at all times on this boat, period.
I can see where my story did lead to misunderstanding, which is why I ended up deleting it several hours after posting it, is because I could see that it was causing concern and misunderstanding. And I do want to say thank you so much to those of you that were concerned about the safety and well-being of our children as their parents. That is our first and foremost main concern. But to know that other people share those same concerns for our precious boys, it really means a lot. So thank you. But I do want to clarify that we have not, would not, will not ever leave our children unattended. We would never ever want to put them in harm's way in any way. I do want to clear up the baby monitor situation. Our children sleep in these blackout tents every single night, whether or not we're traveling or if we're just home. And a feature of these tents is they have a spot for a sound machine and a spot for a monitor. And even if we are sleeping in the exact same room as our boys, we always turn their monitor on so we can watch and see what's happening inside the tent, make sure they're okay, see if they've fallen asleep or if they've woken up. We just love to have eyes on them. We're always concerned about them. And so that's why even when we would, tag team and take turns at family dinner, we would turn on FaceTime so we could also have eyes on them as their parents if we weren't the ones, attending them in that moment.
And we're so thankful to them, you guys, because we spent a lot of our time on this boat in our staterooms manning the baby monitors. And if it wasn't for Abby's extended family, we really would have not gotten a chance to really get out of the room. So thank you to them. Thank you to you guys for listening to what we had to say. It really means a lot to us. And we appreciate you listening to the very end.
Thank you.
And people have some very valid questions.
So Matt and Abby's video on the baby monitor situation actually raises more questions rather than answers. So first, Matt does his piece where he says that they would never leave the babies alone. They would never leave them unattended. But he doesn't name who's with them, which several people have pointed out. So he says Abby's extended family was on the trip. We would never leave them alone. But he doesn't say Aunt Sally, Mima, Uncle Jim, our 12-year-old niece, the person who teaches baby aerobics on the ship. He doesn't actually say who is staying with the kids, where usually if someone was like, well, who was watching your children, you'd name the babysitter. And again, it's like a very constructed apology is how it comes off, because he's giving his statement. And then as he's discussing that the children wouldn't be left unattended, Abby speaks over him, so that the natural thing could be like, oh, well, that's the point of the story that he was telling. But then Abby started to talk about the story in the baby tents. The baby tents is the next thing that makes zero sense why the people outside of the room would have the monitor. And also, Abby's explainer of the baby tent makes it really surprising that whoever was primarily watching the children wouldn't have the monitors. And here's why. If you had a normal crib or bassinet situation where when a baby is kind of like squirming and worming and making noises, you can just look and see, oh, they're in light sleep, I'm going to let them work it out, versus like, oh, they need something. Their pacifier fell out of their mouth, they're stuck, God forbid, they're twisted in their blanket, whatever the case may be. Like, if a baby is out in the open, you can see when you're watching them why they're making noises. When she explains, like, we have monitors on our babies because they're intense, so if they make a noise, you don't know why, then the babysitter needs the monitors because they're the person in the room charged with their care. So if the baby starts crying and you don't want them to unzip the tents and wake them up unnecessarily, but you want them to make sure that they're safe, then the babysitter has to be the one looking at the monitors. Every single note of this apology was carefully constructed. From the fact that he said the babies weren't unattended, but he didn't say who, to the discussion of the tents, to the discussion of why she took the stories down later just because she didn't want to cause confusion. Even the whole part of the video where they thanked people for loving their babies enough to make these videos, which was a really smart way to curry favor and get people to stop making critique videos. But it's suspect. Like, it just doesn't add up.
I'm not really giving my opinion on this because, honestly, the last video that I did about this whole situation, comments were a little sus, so I'm not giving my opinion, but I am curious what you guys think down below. Definitely leave a comment. How do you feel about this? Do you think they provided some clarity to this situation, or do you also have some questions? I hope you enjoyed this little bonus video. It's not much because, like I said, I'm getting sick, but I'm invested in this situation, and I want to know what you guys think. Come back tomorrow for another regularly scheduled video. And tomorrow's video will be more consistent with my past videos and not like this one, very low energy, so be on the lookout for that tomorrow. I'm going back to bed. Bye, guys.